Now let's shift focus to what's been happening in the state of Karnataka. There's been a very disturbing development. The former Director General of Police of Karnataka, Prakash, has been found dead at his residence in Bengaluru. The 68-year-old's body was found with injuries and was discovered within his residential premises. According to sources, Mr. Prakash was having lunch when he was attacked. Chili powder was allegedly thrown at his face before he was stabbed with a knife on multiple occasions. When the cops arrived at the crime scene, Mr. Prakash was lying in a pool of blood, and his son now, Prakash's son, has filed a complaint against his mother as well as sister. According to Prakash's son, his mother and daughter were suffering from depression. He further added that the mother had threatened to kill his father. In the complaint, he even suspected that his mother and sister are involved in the murder. The police, on the basis of that particular complaint, have now registered an FIR against Prakash's wife as well as Prakash's daughter. Meanwhile, the Karnataka Home Minister, Mr. G. Parmeshwara, has issued a statement saying that unless he gets more details about the investigation report, he is not in a position to actually divulge as to how the murder was committed and what exactly was the motive behind it.
Former Director General of Police, Shri Jai Prakash, Prakash, has been murdered. They say by his own wife, but the investigation is on. Until and unless we get the report, the investigation report, we cannot conclude anything. And once the report comes to us, then we will know.
Any arrest?
No. That wife has been secured. They are questioning her. But beyond that, nothing is known.
Now, the 1981 batch IPS officer, Mr. Prakash, was a native of Champaran in Bihar. Mr. Prakash was appointed as the Director General of Police on the 1st of March 2015. Now, the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is an opposition in the state of Karnataka, has slammed the Siddaramaiah government, calling it a complete collapse of law and order under the Congress dispensation.
In the second tenure of Siddaramaiah's government in Karnataka, law and order is in total collapse. We have listed with examples in the past. Whether it is the safety of women being raped and murdered, dacoities taking place in the daylight, whether it is bank robbery or the house thefts, law and order getting broken every day. Additionally, today we saw a murder of a retired DG and IGP. A senior police officer getting murdered in his own house. What kind of a statement is Karnataka government trying to make? That Karnataka government has become again a Talibani government?
Well, let me go across to my colleague Neha once again. Neha, when we spoke a couple of hours ago, the questioning of both the mother and daughter was still underway. What's the follow-up action that can now be expected on the part of the police since they've already registered an FIR? Can the current detention be converted into an arrest at any stage very soon?
Well, yes, Siddharth, of course, at this point, what we are being told is that the mother and the daughter still continue to remain in the police custody. Of course, they are being grilled. However, of course, even as the FIR there mentions the names of the mother and the daughter, Pallavi as well as Kriti, that's been mentioned in the FIR, the police sources, of course, at this point suggesting that, they would formally possibly only show the arrests now after the last rites of Mr. Prakash, of course, are completed. As far as the involvement there of the daughter, that's concerned, that is something that's still being investigated right now. Prima facie, of course, her name has really come up in the FIR now because the mention from her brother or the son of Mr. Prakash here, who's the deceased. However, of course, as far as the wife is concerned, we're being told that reportedly after, in fact, this entire incident has panned out, she reportedly called up the wife of another former officer and even confessed to having committed the crime. But the police investigation, of course, so far still merely showing it as a detention. Very unfortunate manner, the way in which this crime has panned out. Of course, we've already highlighted that earlier as well, how the chili powder was in fact, sprinkled on his face. He was stabbed multiple times, and later, of course, from whatever's been accessed from the crime scene, all of the evidence also that's been corroborated now together to put together this entire murder. What is again under police scrutiny also now is, one, the possible property dispute that the two may have had between them, frequent arguments over a reported transfer of a property that Mr. Prakash had done to one of his relatives. Two, also the fact whether at all, the wife here in concern was suffering from any mental health issues. Was that again, a reason for this to have panned out? And three, and also of course, most importantly, whether at all there were any previous attempts, from either of them to have taken each other's lives. That's also something that's forming a part of the investigation.
Right. Thanks for that update, Neha. We'll, of course, wait and see as to how the questioning continues and if and when that detention of both the mother and daughter is converted into a formal arrest on the part of the Bengaluru police. We'll turn